First of all, just tell me what QPR and the Community Trust is. What's its purpose?
Well, we're the charitable arm of Queen's Park Rangers FC. It's a community outreach programme. So we have over 100 staff who every day go out into the community, delivering a whole range of different activities and programmes and projects, all with the aim of supporting the community on any issue that's affecting our local community.
Why does the club have a special connection to Grenfell in particular?
Well, I think first and foremost you might have to go one step back in so much to say that QPR, we are a genuine community club. You know, community is very much part of what we stand for and what we're about. Sadly, one of the biggest national disasters to happen in this country since the Second World War occurred right on our doorstep, in our community. So it's on the back of that you know, it's important that we did what we could and continue to do to support the community that was so affected by it.
Yeah, and football legend Les Ferdinand, who said director of football here, he was seen as the driving force, wasn't he, in the initial response to Grenfell? Yeah, so Les grew up on the estate where Grenfell is. So, you know, Les is very much from that community, part of that community. And the morning of the fire when it happened, you know, I spoke to Les and we said, look, we've got to do what we can. So we mobilised the Community Trust team to go and support the community in the immediate aftermath. And then as weeks went on, Les started to think about what can we do to support further. And it was at that point that Les sort of started getting Game for Grenfell together, which amazing event here at Loftus Road, which raised you know, just under £1 million. That's incredible. And you also have community outreach workers who you've kind of funded through the trust. And just tell me a bit about what the work they do. Yeah, we have. We've got some key workers whose focus is on North Ken, where Grenfell's based. We've got one worker who is based in the school that is actually at the bottom of Grenfell Tower, KAA. We have a team member who's based in that school 4 days out of 5. We have another coordinator who works across North Ken. So many amazing charities, small groups, football clubs sort of came out of the disaster. And Adnan, our North Ken worker, he goes and supports all those different projects and brings the QPR element to those programmes. And I believe Prince William met 6 of those workers here today. What was that like? What was his reaction to the work that you guys do here? Well, first and foremost, what I would say is he's highly skilled at making everyone feel incredibly relaxed, and it was quite nice for me to sort of sit there and let our team at QPR Community Trust sort of have a really interesting conversation with the Prince, and he was just really interested in the work that they're doing out there and wanted to know, you know, what were the issues we were seeing as well. So yeah, it was and it was great for the staff because, you know, it was sort of reinforcing the wonderful work they're doing. You know, it was great to have that royal endorsement. Yeah, I bet. And was there any particular point where he seems particularly interested, or something he really emphasised to you that he was impressed by? Well, I think he was clearly interested around the mental health agenda and how a disaster like that, you know, the impact it can have on a community and individuals in the community is long lasting. You know, that goes on for a long time. So he was really interested in, you know, how do we support people around their mental health, and he was really interested in, you know, legacy as well. You know, we're committed to running the Grenfell Memorial Cup, or supporting the bereaved and the survivors in, you know, using football to continually remember the 72 that were lost, and we'll continue to do that in years to come. Yeah, and you mentioned how big community is for a club such as this. Do you think a high-profile person like Prince William coming here, seeing the work you do, is really important? Hugely important, in so much that, you know, quite often, obviously, you know, it's all about what happens on the pitch on a Saturday and the results of the football club. But in terms of QPR, you know, the Community Trust team are out there every day of the year. You know, we're out there every day working in the community, and he was making the point that, you know, football clubs can play a massive role in supporting communities, you know, across many different issues, whatever issues are affecting that local community.
Prince William said that he believed that football clubs are ideally placed and should help where they can.
Yeah, of course he's president of the Football Association. So do you think perhaps more clubs should do more for their community?
What I would say is that I'm privileged in so much that I know, the amount of great work that goes on nationally. There is a network of organisations like us at all clubs who are doing amazing work in their local communities. It just so happened that sadly we had a national disaster to deal with. So there is amazing work going on, and sometimes that work's not recognised. So a visit like today with Prince William, it just highlights this type of work that's taking place in football clubs.
I bet, and we're coming up to the 6th anniversary now of the tragedy of Grenfell. Where do you see the community support going in the future? What more is needed, do you think?
Well, I think that there's, that's a complex question because, the needs are quite, it's different needs for different people in different journeys at the minute. What we can do as a football club is how can we use football to provide a bit of hope. One of the survivors said to Prince William today, for that 90 minutes while they're playing football, actually they forget that they're a survivor. And so it's using football just to provide moments like that. And it also brings the community together as well. The Grenfell community is a big footballing community. They're real football fanatics, and we're going forward. We just want to play a role in, how can we use football, and in particular, our club QPR to help with, supporting that the future years to come.